Hi, everybody. Welcome to the College and Prep Spotlight Series. I'm Chrissy Liptrot, an educational consultant with College and Prep. At College and Prep, our mission is to help families find schools where their kids can really thrive. I'm here today with Sean Hayes, Director of Enrollment Management at Hillside School in Marlborough, Massachusetts. Hey, Sean.
Hi, Chrissy.
How are you?
Good, thanks. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for joining us.
Of course, it's my pleasure.
So can you take a few minutes and just tell us a little bit about Hillside and what makes it so special for students?
Sure. Just a little bit about me and what initially drew me to Hillside School. I have been here now for 9 years, and I was attracted early on to the school community, the purposely small enrollment and student body size, which I think naturally really helps establish a close knit and supportive community. Hillside School is an all boys school with an age range of 9 to 16-year-old boys. So it's an incredibly impressionable and thus rewarding population to work with. When sort of encapsulating all that Hillside is, I like to refer to five signature programs or highlights, and they are the tutorial program, the farm program, the innovation lab, athletics, and our 4-to-1 student to teacher ratio. In short, the tutorial program serves 30% of our overall population in the areas of attention deficit disorder, executive functioning or organizational deficiencies, dyslexia, dysgraphia, and nonverbal learning difficulties. Our farm is a very unique opportunity for our boys to help give them a real sense of the arduous process behind farm to table food production. They learn about sustainability and the water cycle, and they learn the basics of animal husbandry. The farm is also a great interdisciplinary opportunity for many of our science classes. The, the third signature highlight program at Hillside is the iLab or the Innovation Lab, and it provides the school with the perfect platform to teach our boys essential 21st century skills such as collaboration and creativity, critical thinking, communication, and entrepreneurship. We teach the boys the basics of coding and also mechanical and electrical engineering. And our 2,500 square foot innovation lab is chock full of 3D printers and laser cutters and drones. Really, everything that middle school boys love to touch and tinker with. The iLab is probably our best example on campus of our project-based hands-on and experiential learning approach. With regards to athletics, Hillside, again, being an all boys school, naturally, we have a lot of very active boys on campus, and many of them are serious student athletes. And they are highly sought after as ninth graders by some pretty competitive secondary schools around New England and across the country. We offer over 10 interscholastic competitive sport offerings per year. And then my last point, the 4-to-1 student to teacher ratio. As I said a little bit earlier, Hillside is purposely small. Our average enrollment typically falls around 130 to 160 boys across 6 grades, 4 through 9. And there are tremendous benefits that come with the small class size and small school community. Most notably, our teaching faculty really get to know an individual boy's learning profile, their areas of strength and challenge academically speaking, and they can successfully track each boy and their academic progress throughout the course of the entire school year. Another advantage of a small, manageable size student population is that we're able to successfully differentiate and individualize instruction and curriculums and set differing levels of expectations, both with regards to assessment and effort for each individual boy.
That's great. It sounds like a really supportive environment.
It certainly is.
Can you talk a little bit about why junior boarding, right? I think a lot of our families are maybe a little hesitant to send kids, to boarding school so young, but, and you've talked a little bit about the supports that you offer, but, what can you tell parents about the benefits of junior boarding or why they should consider sending their kids to junior boarding school?
Mm-hmm. So I think any family that has aspirations, or boys or girls that have aspirations of ultimately moving on to a larger, less structured, competitive high school environment, be it boarding or day, junior boarding schools in general are a fantastic option. If families get out there and discover them and research them, they are similar in a lot of ways, but also incredibly different. So it really depends on the individual student, and what their interests are, areas of strength, areas of challenge. But these are incredibly close and tight knit and supportive communities where boys and girls typically age, 9 again to 16-year olds, and during their middle school years can really thrive. And it is really a transformational experience that can lead to some very successful high school placement, and most importantly, successful high school careers.
Hmm. And you talked about in the beginning about Hillside's community, and you said it's a tight knit community, very small class sizes. Can you talk a little bit about what that actually looks like on campus?
Sure. So I guess I can walk through basically a typical day. So again, being an all boys school, Hillside is highly structured, and thus the typical academic day is highly predictable. So the expectations are clear and explicit. Our boys arrive on campus in the morning as a day student or wake up in the dormitory, and they know what's expected of them each and every day. The average academic day consists of two morning classes followed by recess, and then there's two mid-morning classes followed by community lunch, and then afternoon recess. There are two more afternoon classes rounding out the academic day at 3 p.m., and thereafter begins our 2 hour athletic or extracurricular period, 3 to 5 p.m., Monday through Friday. At 5 o'clock, most of our day students are heading home, while the structure continues for both our 5 and 7 day boarders on campus with dinner and a 90-minute supervised study hall, finally capping off the day with some open campus or free time. Sport and extracurricular offerings are seasonal. They rotate, and they include but are not limited to soccer, cross country, golf, sailing, eco team, hockey, basketball, wrestling, innovation lab, or robotics team, lacrosse, baseball, tennis, and track and field.
Wow, that's a lot. That's great. And in terms of, so you have sports and you have a lot of structure throughout the day. What
Mhm.
does a weekend look like at Hillside?
Yeah, great question. So, one of the wonderful aspects of our school is our campus location. So, we are 45 minutes directly west of the city of Boston, located in a town called Marlborough.
Mhm.
And so, we take full advantage of our proximity to the city. So, especially this time of the year in the fall and in the spring when the weather's really nice, there is typically a Saturday afternoon trip into Boston. So it could be the Freedom Trail, it could be the Museum of Fine Arts, it could be a college football game at BC or Harvard. It could be a trip to the Museum of Science or the Boston Aquarium. So again, we take full advantage of everything that the city has to offer. In the immediate area, there is so much so close. Right around the corner, there's a multi-million dollar entertainment complex known as Apex, where the boys can go on the weekends and ride go karts and play in the arcade or bowl, or get involved in some laser tag. So, in addition to that, there's a lot of shopping options and tons and tons of restaurants in the immediate area.
That sounds fun. I want to do some laser tag. That sounds great.
Everything that middle school boys love to do is right in our backyard.
Right.
So,
That's great. Okay, so as we start to close, is there anything else that you really want parents to know about Hillside, as anybody out who's out there watching, anything that they should know?
sure. I think it's important to know when you're researching schools what type of students that these junior boarding schools, and in this case, Hillside in particular, is attracting and recruiting. Students who I feel thrive at our school are boys that are curious, boys that are inquisitive, and boys that are perceptive. These are boys that like school, they like to learn, and we do particularly well with kids and boys of good character and strong work ethic. academics.
That's great. While also providing them the support they need to really flourish.
Correct. I would say that maybe two or three of the most common questions I get in no particular order. Do you offer a leadership program? And do you offer both accelerated learning opportunities and or learning support opportunities? And the answer to all three of those questions is yes.
Wow. So you can have a real wide range of students.
That's correct. And we can successfully achieve that and differentiate the instruction because again, it's such a manageable size population. So
Mhm.
again, on average, 140 boys with over 30 teaching faculty. Again, it's an incredibly manageable size population. We really do get to know these boys deeply and intimately, and they pick up on that. And most of them, all of them thrive.
That's great. For families who want to get in touch with you, what's the best way for them to do that?
Either by phone or email. Again, my name is Sean Hayes. I'm the Director of Enrollment Management at Hillside School. My email address is sHayes@hillsideschool.net. And my direct office line is 508-303-5709.
Great. Well, thank you so much again for taking the time to speak with us. We really appreciate it.
My pleasure, Chrissy.
All right. Take care.
You too. Bye now.
Bye.